Libra, my lovely Libras. How's it going, my dears? You tuned into the Mixtape Mystic. I'm so happy to be reading for you today. This is going to be your June monthly reading for 2023. So we're going to get started here, kind of see what pops out. We're going to be looking at 4 different columns representing each week here. Ooh, that's our first one that's popping out. And then I'm gonna read a little bit intuitively, as well as pulling the symbolism that is traditionally interpreted from the Rider-Waite cards. This is already getting really interesting. I'm gonna clarify each of these cards with a card pull from the Prism Oracle deck that I have over here. I have found that this is just a really good, straightforward way to pick up on just a comprehensive but pretty short and concise energy of each week. So for all of you Libras, so you have the lunar nodes shifting into your axis here coming next month. And I personally know some Libras, and so quite a few actually, Libras and Libra risings. And I love y'all. And also, you stress me out sometimes, if I'm being honest, but nothing but love here. Nothing but love. But more specifically, I feel like what I'm getting at here, being mean and cryptic. I'm so sorry. I had a Libra break my heart very recently, and I'm just making sense of it in my own path and process. I'm not bitter, I swear. My sister is a Libra rising, and so is one of my best friends. So I don't want y'all thinking I'm hating on you. Don't click off the video, please. I got better things to say. Okay, so what I was getting at though is you have the eclipse, the lunar nodes shifting into your axis in July. And then for the next year and a half, you're going to be experiencing that in your sorry about that. Got some rowdy Westies downstairs. I just wanted to mention that y'all are going to be experiencing the lunar nodes shifting into your axis next month. And you've already gotten a little bit of a taste of this because we had a new moon Aries eclipse, I believe. So Aries is going to be the other end of your axis. This is especially going to resonate with you if you're a Libra rising. But also if you're a Libra sun, then this is relevant as well. But whenever the eclipse axis is happening in our sign, it can be a really powerfully transformative time. I know that it has for me. I am a Taurus sun and a Gemini rising. And so really the last 3 years or so, I've been experiencing the brunt of it, and it has definitely been trying. But all of that to say, it's going to be a little bit easier, I think, for y'all. Aries might have a harder time, but we'll just kind of see what happens. So I do incorporate astrology into my readings, as well as I use the traditional symbolism of the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, as well as just, using my intuition, trying to interpret the cards however it is that my creative subconscious really sees fit to bring forward. So in that sense, I'm an intuitive energy reader. And how we're going to do this reading is, this is your first week, second week, third, 4th of June. So we're just going to go ahead and get started here. So the first week of June, which we're coming to an end here, so this is something you might have experienced, or you might currently still be in this energy. This is the 3 of Cups, and it is clarified by the Prism Oracle Success card. So this is really interesting. So the Libra risings that I know in my life that I can think about right now, this is actually pretty on point. You're stepping into an energy this week that is very much focusing on the kind of success that you feel internally when you are achieving things with the people around you that you love. Okay, when there's a cause for celebration here, this could be just celebrating being together, just having good friends. Summer's kind of starting here in the Northern Hemisphere, so we're talking about really getting into this more of a social energy that is leading to collaboration opportunities. It's leading to networking opportunities that are taking you to exactly where you need to be. I feel like you're experiencing a lot of serendipity this week, a lot of just lucky instances. Jupiter is moving through Taurus right now, and with Jupiter in Taurus, Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet Venus, and that is also your ruler, Libra. Okay, the two of you share that. So I definitely feel like even though Jupiter is in Taurus, you're experiencing that Venusian transformation. Okay, and Jupiter is a very lucky planet, so it expands anything that it touches. So I definitely feel like this first week here is very much expansive for you, in whatever context that really suits your situation. But it's a really great energy to start the month off with, and this is really beautiful because as we move into the second week here, we're talking about pretty much just taking that energy and turning it up a notch, because not only are you feeling good and experiencing success in this Three of Cups energy, but you're taking that success and you're taking those good feelings and you're really striking a balance with the things that you're working on, and you're striking a balance with not just the things you're working on, but really everything in your life, whether it's relationships and work, talk about a work-life balance, or whether it's maybe two side hustles that you're juggling, that you're seeing progress with both. There's ultimately a sweetness to you just finding a groove and just locking into it. And that's working out so well for you. So this is going to be really interesting how this reading wraps up here, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So going into the third week, this is when we're experiencing a new moon in Gemini. So keep that in mind. This is going to be a time Gemini is a fellow air sign. So this is going to be a time for you that is, you can have a lot on your mind. You can have a lot that you're processing. And some of it's going to be in regards to the people in your life. That's a pretty significant theme, actually, I think, for you, Libra, especially because, we're talking about that new moon in Aries eclipse that we had back in April. That was in your 7th house, and so that is your partnerships, that is your romantic relationships, and the reason I'm bringing that up is because the Four of Wands is traditionally in the tarot is known as the marriage card. It's 11-11, but it's also just about balance and integration, finding ways to live in harmony with those that are closest in our circles. It's about family. It's about celebration. It's about, unions, and just really this whole energy that I'm picking up earlier on in your reading here. This is about you getting to a point where you're starting to realize the people that you do and don't want in your life, and you're starting to really churn over in your mind. And this is going to be a slow process. I can already feel this is probably going to be something that is a theme for you over the next 18 months or so, honestly, while the eclipses are happening in your axis. But really becoming clear on the kind of people that you want to develop and foster intimacy with, in whatever sense that means for you. But there's a lot around this. It's clarified by the mystery card, and so to me, how I'm interpreting that is And it's really interesting with this mystery card. You have these two pillars, and you have these 4 wands. I'm kind of seeing this as like this sort of being a shadow aspect of what is happening here in your waking consciousness. And I think ultimately what that is saying is that you're going to have to go deep to get these answers, because as you are reassessing over the next 18 months or so, really, the relationships in your life that have been good for you, that you really should focus on growing and finding more people that are like those relationships, and the ones that maybe you're attracted to, but they're not good for you. And it doesn't really matter how much you want to be around those people. It's just not a good fit. It just doesn't enhance your energy, and it doesn't keep your vibe high. So like, that's how it is sometimes. We're all here having a conscious experience, and we all have different life paths, and it can be really easy to get caught up in our own personal narrative of other people who are wrong for us being wrong. And I don't want to go there, because that's not the point. But I do want to talk about just being aware, especially in this 3rd week here, as this new moon, which is a dark moon. It's going to be a lot of mystery around it already. It might. I guess what I'll just kind of sum up week 3 here for you as is, it might not be what it seems it is on the surface when it comes to the way that you're sorting through these things. And I don't want to like just have this reading take a turn really, but there is definitely some shadow aspects that are happening at the end of the month that we need to talk about, Libra. So this is not an energy that's going to be lost. Your success and your 3 cups and your celebration, the sweetness, you striking that balance, these are all things I feel like are very critical for you to get into this energy and to find ways for yourself, whatever it looks like for you, to stay in this energy as often as you can. Because I really feel like, as we're talking about literally the end of June being when energetically we're gearing up for this nodal shift that happens in the middle of July, things are getting a little bit more murky for you. And so I feel like really the universe is saying, remember to hold on to these energies, because you're gonna need these happy thoughts. And again, it's not that these are going away, but you might be experiencing them more intermittently than you are now. A lot of things that you feel really sure about are maybe things that, as we get a little bit closer to this new moon, you realize you were kind of fooling yourself. And that is going to be really difficult to face, especially if you feel like this energy is something that you are clinging to. So keep that in mind, because ultimately eclipse season is about, it's system upgrades. It is, when we talk about moon magic, when we talk about setting intentions on a new moon and then harvesting and having the full moon illuminate and allowing for release and having transformation happening through lunar cycles, intention is such a huge part of it. But when we're talking about moving into eclipse season, and especially eclipse season when it's in your axis, it's a lot less about the intentions that you have for the universe, and it's a lot more about the intentions that the universe has for you. And you really need to keep that in mind as you're moving into this energy. And speaking as someone who has just had a double pass of eclipses and massively prominent in their chart, I can say from fresh personal experience that you are going to be challenged, and you're probably not going to come out of this eclipse axis. And again, I know we're talking long term here, but this is really the energy I'm picking up in this month here. You're really going to want to make sure that you are allowing yourself to see the shadow aspects because of your own mind and of your own behavior and processes. Because if you don't, and if you just pretend to stay in this energy as difficult things that are meant to transform you come up, then you're going to lose your sense of self, thinking that this is where it has to stay. You're going to go in and out. Okay, look at, as I'm kind of looking at the Two of Pentacles now, very much picking up on that energy of you're going to be coming in and out of these crashing waves that are in the background, and you're going to come out whole. Pieces of you are going to be broken off and splintered off, but the version of yourself that comes out on the other side of the eclipse axis is going to be refined and more powerful and more aligned and in tune with yourself than you could possibly imagine. If this is huge for you, Libra, if you allow yourself to see your shadows. I can't stress that enough. Because when we get to the fourth week, we're talking about the King of Cups, clarified by the Ghost card. Stuff's going to come up for you from your past. And it's going to be emotional. You're probably going to... the last week of June, you're probably going to be experiencing a little bit of confusion that is to the point of you don't know what's up and you don't know what's down. And again, really reinforcing how you're going to make sense of that is really trying to see yourself as objectively as you can, and really asking yourself the question, what are the ghosts in my life that I am not allowing myself to see, that I'm not taking responsibility for, that are maybe spilling out onto other people, and ultimately taking away the King of Cups energy from you, which is an energy of emotional mastery, okay? I feel like the potential here for your King of Cups is powerful. I think that you can get to that emotional mastery, but it's going to take facing your ghosts. I could talk about that all day. Feels very topical for me with some Libras that I know. So, but I'm not gonna dilly-dally on that. I do want to pull an animal oracle card for you. This is from the miniature, the pocket animal spirit deck by Kim Krans. I really love these illustrations and the beautiful descriptions, just short and concise little energy totems. Just kind of see what animal spirits and guides are around helping the sign of Libra in the month of June. And you have the fish coming out. So I'm going to read this in the little book, which I literally just opened it up immediately to. Page 95. I don't know if 95 is significant for you. If that's the synchronicity, just let me know in the comments, because it really stood out to me, but it doesn't mean anything to me yet. So maybe I'm picking up on one of y'all's energy. This is what the booklet says on the fish. Water. Restlessness, change of focus, lost in the current. The fish loves to be subsumed in life's current. Nothing pleases it more than movement, and more movement. The roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to weariness and slippery relationships. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish, as the peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul. When in balance, adaptable, travels well. When out of balance, distracted, changes mind often. To bring into balance, set a small goal and accomplish it. Yeah, that's so topical for what we're talking about here. as you're shifting into some more of this challenging, transformative energy, you're going to have the option to be swimming around it. It's not going to feel linear by any means. And, you know, as I'm talking about the dark moon and, you know, the new moon in Gemini happening in this third week here, we have this crescent moon, which is a new moon. So definitely feeling some resonance around that. I feel like there's more I could say on it, but ultimately I want to leave it there because I feel like a lot of you are picking up on your own interpretations, and I'm sensing that they're spot on, and that I just need to kind of leave you with your own intuition there. But I'm going to pull one more card for you this month. So this is I love this oracle deck. It's a little micro moon magic oracle deck. Each of the background, like the back of the cards, is a different like moon related illustration. I freaking love it. It's so cute. It has a affirmation on the bottom of each one. So we're going to see here what moon information we have for the sign of Libra for the month of June 2023. This is what we have popping out. Kind of got caught on my finger. That was interesting. I don't know if that came up on camera. So that's the image. Gorgeous. I seek balance and grounding. Waning gibbous 3. Yeah, you're really going to need to get into that energy. Like I was saying, balance is going to be so key for you. So I love you, Libras. I'm going to leave you there. If you liked what you experienced here today, I'm really trying to push out more content, getting serious about this channel. It's deep on my heart. So all of the support means a tremendous amount. So whether it's a like, a subscribe, a comment, whatever, you know the drill. Y'all been on YouTube. So I love you so much. And until next time, Libra, I'll see you later.